Hello, everyone. It is Friday night. We are recording this. It should be up live very shortly this evening. So don't feel like you missed anything, too great. But I hope everyone's doing well out there. It's been a little bit. We have a great guest today. When I first heard about this guy and his product, I was like, this is freaking awesome. So very excited to welcome Johnny Pretzel.
I didn't choose that name, so
Oh,
it was given to me. But
yeah.
thanks for having me, Jamie.
Yeah, my pleasure, Johnny. Is that Polish? What nationality
Yeah,
is
I'm a Polak. I got Jurwitz is my dad, obviously, and my mom's a Driscoll. So
So
I
you
got
were
a
very
clash
special.
of those two. Yeah, yeah. So
Fair.
I'm in
Um,
Polak.
so, yeah, why don't you take a moment and introduce yourself, Johnny? Let everybody know a little bit about yourself and
Sure.
what brings you here today.
Okay, well, I've been working on a product that I started with 10 years ago. It all started with pretty much a pretzel that I hollowed out because I had no other device to use at the time. And then I got in an argument with my buddy, and he didn't think that I could turn it into a business. And then I saw all the pros that came with it, so I really doubled down. And throughout 10 years, I've tweaked and tweaked and tweaked the pipe until the point of where we are today, which is a really well working product that's all natural, biodegradable, earth friendly. And that's my main goal these days is, I got a 2-year-old daughter. So
Sure.
not about my future. Well, my future is about my daughter's future,
Yeah.
and then, her kids and so forth. Everything that's going on in this world right now, it terrifies me. And
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people that like the word can't. I believe I can do anything if I put my mind to it and want to, sacrifice enough time. So,
Well, right. You've certainly done probably crazier and harder shit than this, right?
this is up there. I mean, I've done crazier, yes. But when it comes to difficult, I mean, sleepless nights and ulcers and just, gambling it all on something that's never existed on this planet, a product that's never existed. It kind of takes a special mind, I guess, to really dedicate yourself, your life. I went to college for, business management, and, it turned out to be an entrepreneur. And, you can't go to school for an entrepreneur because teachers are teachers. They're not entrepreneurs, So
Yeah.
it's just been it's been a hell of a road, but it's been fun. And it's, with anything, it has its highs and lows.
I believe that. So I just wanted to, so the overlay here is a bunch of pretzel pipes, but here is the product that we are talking about. This is a pretzel pipe. And I did, thank you very much, Johnny. I got a few of these in the mail. My girlfriend and I actually went to the Peach Fest, the music festival, a couple weeks ago. Nice. And I brought mine, and I did get some pretty funny looks. But also, people were like, of course, people were like, what is that? And then they're like, dude, that is awesome. So yeah, it is a legit pretzel.
Yeah. I mean, it's made out of the same ingredients. I've tweaked the ingredients over the years. Basically, my last bakery in Chicago, I sold them as edible. This go, I'm selling them strictly as novelty. I got the the selling points on it where it's kind of it didn't really make sense. A lot of people were like turned off by it. Like, why would I eat something with ashes in it?
I was just going to say, you're going to get some a-hole that's going to, use that all night at a concert and then eat it on the way home and then leave you a bad review because he has a stomach ache.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, my whole point would be, use it for 6 months and then put it into a big pot of chili. That was like my mind frame at the time. And then, I just, my shop, I don't call it a bakery. I'm not doing the FDA thing.
Sure.
I just knew the product itself worked so well that I couldn't not continue. So it basically, long story short, I ended up figuring out how to take the ingredients, which is mostly flour, which obviously flour rises, so it's pretty difficult to control the shape of flour, and then make a coating on the outside where it's, the flame doesn't hurt it. So
almost like a glaze or something.
Yeah. It makes it where it doesn't, burn. You're not smoking what's inside. It's more of I guess it just makes the shape. Yeah. And then you seal it. So.
Yeah. What is the most unusual thing you've ever used as a pipe or a smoking implement?
It's funny. Wow, I could go on for days with that one. I'm a MacGyver. I'm one of those people that, if there's a way, there's a way. Me and my fiance, we moved to Washington 3 years ago from Florida. And I guess there's these little seashells that like spiral. And I would always find those on the beach. And it's like a little one hitter.
Yeah.
That's something different right off the top of my mind. I mean, I've used all different types of fruits, everything.
Right. I've heard of people using an apple, obviously a soda or a beer can. That's old hat.
Yeah,
I've seen gravity bongs made out of like 3 liters.
Oh yeah, those big water jugs you get in a pool. Yeah. I've done it all. But with the pretzel pipe, one day I was at my apartment and literally did not have tinfoil, not a can. I was desperate to just take an edge cutter, and I had pretzel, the logs, whatever you want.
Okay, yeah.
The bigger ones, and my buddy would always bring them over. And I don't even like pretzels. Like, I don't like to eat them. They're not my thing. But he would always bring them over whenever he would come over and drink. He would eat the pretzels. And that was like one of the only things in my pantry. Note, I was a bachelor living in a bachelor pad, Sure. And I thought about it. I was like, I wonder if I can do this. And I slowly just filed away and just kind of made a little bowl and then twisted a little skinny flathead screwdriver through it. And I used it for like 6 months. And I was like, okay, if I can actually do this and make the bowl where it's legit, it's not going to be hurt by the flame. Yeah. This could work. And then me and my buddy argued for about 2 hours. It was a little legitimate, like 2-hour argument where I almost got like heated, like, but it was still like, friendly. And I was like, I could do this. I could make this into a company, And at that time, I had my 9-to-5 job, and so I was coming home from work, and then I was hand rolling them all night. I'd get a couple hours of sleep, go do my 9-to-5, get off, and then. But I was just so. The word for it, I guess.
Driven. It sounds like.
I couldn't not try to make it better, and every batch got better. Every time I made a batch, it just seemed to come out better than the batch before. So with progress, it kept the flame going. Literally, it kept the fire in my butt, and it also, people telling me, I couldn't do it, or it's a stupid idea, or it's this or that. I turned it around into something that actually, made me want to do it more rather than turn away from it. It didn't. Yeah. It made my fire inside of me like, okay, I'm going to prove these guys wrong. That's my type of mentality.
For sure. And now that more states are moving to legalize, it's still super cool and practical, but I know, gosh, I can't tell you how much fun stuff has been taken from me on my way into concerts. I can remember going to a concert with my brother, and the guy pats me down. He's like, "What's this?" I said, "It's a pack of cigarettes." It was. He said, "Can you open it?" I'm like, I opened it. He takes my bag, throws it right in the trash can, which is, 3 feet away from him. He says, "Have a good show." So my brother and I spent like an hour and a half figuring out how we could steal that trash can. Because we're just like, can you imagine everything that's in that trash can?
I hope you got that trash can.
No, we didn't. We gave it up. But now that a lot of concerts, frankly, they don't care about glass really. They're looking for metal. So the metal detectors, obviously, a pretzel's never gonna set off a metal detector. What sort of feedback have you gotten about it?
That's another thing when it comes to people actually trying it. I haven't got any bad feedback that I can really say. All the bad feedback that I got from anything was from somebody that had never, their box is too small to even attempt to try something that's new. So the feedback, and if it was, years ago, I managed to fix that, issue. But off the top of my head, no, I haven't really gotten any bad feedback at all in the last, since I went professional, I guess,
Sure.
with the business. 5 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
going on 6 years. It's definitely, it's skyrocketed, and now it's just, I got a machine that helps me. It's 7 steps in making one of these. There's 7 steps. It takes a week to make. From start to finish to make a pretzel pipe. So the machine does just the crafting of it, but then I got to hand trim it. I got to, put it in 2 different liquids. I got to salt them. I got to dehydrate them. I have to cook them. There's a lot of steps, to make the chamber in the bowl. Sure. It's not an easy thing, especially dealing with flour.
Yeah. So how many of these do you make a week?
Matters how much I'm working right now. It's been I've got a big shipment that I've kind of been hoarding on right now. I'm working on getting help up here. I've got everything for my business, from my LLC to every insurance that I need except for workman's comp, because I haven't had the money at the time to hire somebody. Minimum wage is like $14 or $13.50 or something up here, and it's a lot of the times if I got one person, it's like they're slowing me down, until I can actually train them, and I just don't have the financial funds to do that as of the moment. But it's just now getting to that point where nobody even knows my website's up except for a handful of people that I've told. So it's still a work in progress, but it's gotten to the point where I'm not where it's good enough to show.
Yeah, absolutely. And so where are pretzel pipes sold? Obviously, someone can go to your website and order one, right?
Well, that's a big change that I just thought about this week. I've been doing wholesale. The only place I've shipped them out to since I've started this bakery in Washington was to Texas, and I sold a couple hundred in wholesale. But now since it's just me, and I got, my hands are hurting. But I'm going to be selling 1 in 3 packs through my website only. That's what I'm going to stick to for now. At the end of the day, the big picture that I want with this is to have the spoon you get whenever you test try ice cream. Mm-hmm. I want this to be the item that they can give you to test try some very good. So that's in the big scheme of things. That's my finishing goal. So
that's a great idea. And have you reached out to any like growers or any like boutique shops out there or anything?
I mean, there's you can see online from my last bakery. I sold a lot. I had a dozen employees. I was cutting checks every Friday. My rent for the bakery was $3,500 a month. So I went broke. I moved too fast. I learned from my mistake. Mistakes, I guess I should say that plural.
Right. Don't limit yourself.
But yeah, it's been a battle. I moved too fast, and this time I want to take it a little slower, and I don't want to ship it off, to all these states, and there's these orders, and I've had all these people, offer me, they want to buy part of the company, and it's like 8 years ago, yeah, I might have said yeah, but now it's like, I'm sorry, I put too much tears. This is my baby.
Right, you got so much skin in the game.
Yeah. I can't say the overhead, but it looks good,
Good. Well, that is good to hear. Now, the name of the product, is it Pretzel Pipe or Party Pretzel?
Party Pretzel LLC is the name of my business. Okay. But Pretzel Pipes, that's what I refer to them as. So
yeah, and I think that's a good idea because I think someone told me a long time ago that with a business or a product, call it what it is.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about some clever thing. You don't have to worry about someone being as clever as you. Just fucking call it what it is,
See, that's the thing. Now that I'm just doing it as non-edible and a novelty, good working product. I don't really. I thought about taking pretzel out of the whole thing, just because people are assuming that but it's like it looks like a pretzel. Let's call it a pretzel. Must be a pretzel, but try it.
That's the coolest thing about it. I feel like.
Yeah, it makes it unique.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a conversation piece. Among dozens of other things that it is. Yeah, it's a conversation piece. It works. And, you talked about, well, you can throw it out or it's biodegradable, whatever. Also, if you drop it and it breaks, well, who gives a shit, really? I can't tell you how many glass pieces I've broken. I mean,
the birds may fly a little higher.
There you go. Yeah.
But it's not going to put them out forever. But no, honestly, it's just, it's a stepping stone for me because when it comes to the big picture, and this world being so crazy and the climate change and everything, I want this company to work so I can create other companies, and then I'm going to make it where I really make an impact.
Yeah. What's next? The paper towel bong?
I'm actually working on doing some CBD dog treats, but that's in the near future. I haven't even started that yet, but I have everything on paper legitimately. Yeah. I got
and there is, you brought up a great point earlier that even if you suggest it as an edible product, then, and honestly, I hadn't thought of it, but then you start having to jump through hoops with, the Board of Health with your cooking area.
I've already been through it. I'm already, everything is skill
and you would probably be liable for that fucking idiot out there that roasts an ounce and a half and then eats it and gets sick.
Yeah. No, there's, I'm definitely covering my tracks, and it's pretty simple, and I like the idea of, when it comes to people being in a car, being able to munch down on it. That was another reason why I wanted to I was so on the edible, I was so about the edible part. And then, after the years of festivals and all that, I've come to realize that it's more of a deterrent,
Right. And the other thing, Johnny, and I'm sure you know this, I mean, pot smokers aren't generally known for their acumen and being the smartest bunch. And believe me, I will put myself in that group. I go from zero to idiot in an instant. And also, if someone wants to eat it, you don't have to tell them to. They're gonna anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Besides do not eat, I'll just put non-edible, and they're gonna think it's probably like, oh, there's no THC in this.
Right? Yeah.
I'm not hating on the stoner groups at all.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I'm part of them, but it's just they don't think sometimes all the way through.
Right. And yeah, I would say a simple disclaimer like, this product is for novelty use only, not intended as a nutritional supplement, something like that.
Exactly.
So what are we looking at for pricing here, Johnny? You said online you're going to be selling them by themselves in 3 packs?
Yeah, I'm going to do 1 for 10 and then 3 for 25. So
okay, so like nitrous.
Yes.
All right, good. You follow that pricing model.
Yeah. I'm gonna just keep it where you just want a little bit if you want to buy 3, but due to the demand and me being the only one making them all personally by hand, having a 2-year-old, I've been really, really busy. So I'm not going to be able to make those 1,000 pipe orders right now. I'm just simply not going to, even though I want to.
Yeah.
And it's too much. I gotta make sure that my psyche, I can't be overwhelmed. I got to do the self-care. I'm good about that. Learning from mistakes. And
you also do, because it is yours and you're the only one there, you do have to focus on repeatable quality. If someone gets one and uses it and likes it, they want to know that the next one is going to look and work the same as the last one.
Yep. I've actually, I guess you would say, if I invented the pretzel pipe, I also invented a lot of little machines to make it where I knew the pipe didn't have a crack in it. Or from the salting stations, I've just, like I said, I got the MacGyver mind. I should be an engineer, but
yeah, I guess so. I don't know if you saw, but yesterday actually there was an executive order signed with the intention of lowering some of the bars to entrepreneurship. I know some of the things that were mentioned were licensing fees and redundancy in licensing. Basically, the executive order said what we both know to be true, that Walmart has every advantage under the sun over... and the article that I read was really interesting because and I can't remember the numbers, but a large percentage of employment growth comes from new businesses, not from, I don't want to pick on Walmart, but I will. If Walmart has, let's just use round numbers, they have 1,000 employees this year. Well, guess what? They're not all of a sudden next year going to have 25,000. How? I mean, they can build more Walmarts. So this executive order really aimed to make it so that it encourages entrepreneurs, it encourages new businesses, because that is where growth is going to come from.
I 100% agree with that, and that them doing it, it's more like big money is helping big money.
Yeah, absolutely.
The new guys, we're going to, I mean, I can't even tell you how many bills I got to pay that are just bogus. They're just gouging me just because I got a business now and I can, I have no choice.
Right. And, so they'll nickel and dime you into creating an inferior product that has no choice of competing.
Yeah.
Where those regulations and fees and shit for these bigger companies, I mean, one, they don't care. Two, they don't even see it. And three, they probably, because they don't pay taxes, they don't even feel it.
No, they don't think about it. Why would they? Who cares? It's. I think the empathy is slacking.
Yeah, I would agree.
In the world in general, but especially in that little part, it's.
Yeah, I would agree. When I saw that last night, I was encouraged. That someone can look at a situation and identify that this shit's not right, and
actually put themselves in someone else's shoes. Oh my God!
Right,
and people do that these days. It's like,
yeah, and it's funny when you talk about empathy and things, and I think a lot of people think that the hippies out there or whatever, like, oh, you're saying I shouldn't make money. No, I'm saying that I should have just as much opportunity to make money as you do. Please, there's enough money for both of us, for all three of us. But don't fucking make me climb Everest to sell my product in a store when you're basically, and this is the discouraging part, a lot of these companies are probably paying more money to stifle entrepreneurs and to stifle competition than they are putting back into their own product.
Because it scares them. We scare them. Anything new, they're set. They don't have to worry about anything because they're set. So,
and look, I get it. If I had a mediocre product, but I've been in business for 25 or more years and I'm making a shit ton of money, well, I'm not, if I don't care about making a better product, and why would I? Basically, now my money is going to be spent making sure that I have less competition.
Yeah.
And
in terms, that's the way that you would think about it. It's, in my mind, as long as my family has a roof over their head and they're happy and they got a full belly, I'm the kind of person where I'm here I want to go help people that may not be able to do what I can do, or, just aren't strong enough to do it, or whatever it may be, healthy enough, whatever it may be. The self-fulfillment I get from helping people, I almost sounds selfish, it's like, but it's, I really think that, if this, and when this, should I say when this, launches and makes it, and then I move on to a couple of different businesses and they start making it, and I can actually make a big difference. Get a platform, a good platform. I'm going to benefit the future. That's the goal. Yeah. Help the people. I want to start at the basic. Where there's places that don't have fresh water. Running water. Start there. I mean, that's the starting point. Water.
Yeah, it seems pretty simple, but right, it's the building block of life. And
yeah, but I mean, we got people playing astronaut out there, while they could have just built a home for a whole entire country.
Yeah,
for every person. It's, and I understand the whole going out to Mars and everything, but I think we should figure out this before we figure out that.
I could not agree more, Johnny. So again, pretzelpipes.com.
PretzelPipes.
Yes. And if you go online, you can order one for $10, three for $25. They make great gifts, stocking stuffers. You can even mail them.
Yeah.
Now, what about maybe some head shops or things like that that might be looking to order in bulk? Same kind of thing. Same. Go online.
That's going to be down the road. Like I said, I made this decision last week where I was not going to do any more wholesale just because it was overwhelming and
I believe that.
two hand mine. It's a lot of work. I'm sleeping 2 hours a night, and still, I take my trips to the river just to keep my sanity and let the kiddo play and just focus on my mentality. So I don't get overwhelmed and getting big orders left and right, and then you're halfway through a one order, and then you get two more big ones. It's like
right, and a lot of people probably don't understand. They'd be like, "Dude, you should be pumped," and it's like, no, because if you were an hourly employee, you'd probably be pumped. You'd be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna pull some overtime. I don't give a fuck what these things look like," but. Because it is a startup and it is your name on it, so to speak. It is important to maintain a level.
My fiance, she considers me like too much of a perfectionist, but it's like you have to understand when it comes to a product that one hasn't ever existed, two these people haven't tried. It has to be 100 out of 100. It has to be perfect for that first. They might give you a break on the second one, but the first one, which I'm making it where each one is coming out where I don't even have to even test them hardly. So I've gotten to that point where
that's awesome.
I figured out like the parts that were messing up, because sometimes, at my old bakery in Chicago, I would have batches where 50% of them were flawed.
That's awesome.
Now I'm at like the 95% ratio.
That's great.
And which I'll be at 100 soon. It's just, building and thinking about thinking. It's one thing a lot of people don't do. Actually think about thinking. Like, take a second to thought and then analyze it, and then take it to, if you got a problem, think about that problem and then lay it down. It's like like a pyramid,
Right. And then start all over again and see where your thinking was wrong.
Exactly. It's like, doing a rough draft real quick and then rereading it and then reading it again. Every time you change it a little bit until it's, perfection.
Absolutely. Well, Johnny, I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate the pretzel pipe. I'm probably going to use this one tonight. And I definitely keep in touch. Let me know if and when you're ready to go prime time. I know a few, I'm in New York. New York just legalized recreational use a few months ago. So I know a couple of smoke shops that I would be more than happy to spread the word.
See, with the, I guess with the occasion of a couple friends, I can, for you, I'll help you out when it comes to that. There's a couple people that, I've promised, back in the day, and I'm not going to break those promises. But when it comes to, random Joe, just ordering them, I'm putting a stop to it for now. But one more thing that I did want to go over.
Yeah, please.
I want to do a crowdfunding it's going to have special offers. So basically, my hands I've got horrible arthritis throughout my hands. It's a crazy story. I'll tell you really quick. Okay, so I broke my leg walking my dog. And I got 2 surgeries done. I got a bunch of plates and screws. And about 6 months after that, all these tumors started showing up on the bottom of my feet.
Oh, man. And
then the doctor said, okay, this is called Lederhose. It's Ledderhose. It's a German name it's a German name it's the guy that I guess, found, or whatever you want to say, discovered letter hose. That was his last name. So it's basically tumors on the arch of your foot, but I also got them on the sides and whatnot. So I went to the doctors. At this point, my fingers started bending too. They couldn't really help me. They told me to do radiation. Then they said radiation from the ankle down on both feet. In a year you might be okay, but in 2 years your bones may start to deteriorate and go away. And I'm like, okay, well, those are my feet. They're going to go away. And yeah. So I ended up not doing the radiation. And my fingers, they left me completely done. They turned me down for an MRI. My insurance said no MRI. I guess I hit that 7-digit mark. And then from there, I've been left basically working my hands until they're so swollen that I can't use them anymore. So I'm trying to do this crowdfunding to basically make it where I can get help and get some employees. And with that would come, special deals, which they'll be on my website. Mm-hmm. And I just want to make this work so I can make the next thing work, to make the next thing work, so I can make the future for my daughter and her daughter's future worth a crap, because there's not enough people out there doing enough.
Sure. And no, that's
I gotta be one of those people to make a difference. If I don't try, then it'll eat me alive. So this is me.
That's great. Now, where can people find this crowdfunding?
It's all going to be on my website.
Okay, so nothing in place yet.
Nothing in place. It'll be throughout the summer. It's all going to be coming up. So,
well, when you get that in place, definitely reach out to me as well, because I will post that for the 4 fucking people that listen to me in this world. If they've each got $1, I think you can retire, Johnny.
Well, that's the thing. I need 1 out of 1,000 stores to take these,
Yeah.
I'm good. And honestly, Jamie, I just from the first time talking to you, I like you. So if this works, we work. So
all right, man. Well, I appreciate it, Johnny. And likewise, I mean, when I first heard this, as you probably know, you don't get a lot of opportunities to talk to real people or to have real, it's just like, people are like, all right, is that thing off now? Oh yeah. So I'm just like, dude, I didn't know you were an actual person. That would have been a lot more interesting than whatever.
I roll it up my sleeve. What you see is what you get. No one has dirt on me. So it's like, I've always just lived by my morals, and that's what I continue to do. And I'm going to keep doing that. And I'm one of the people that still have my word. So my friends can vouch for me. I'm one of those people that I don't bullshit. So,
sure. No, that's
don't lie, Peter Steele.
That's a good place to be.
Hey, I can look myself in the mirror.
Right. Well, Johnny, thank you so much. I do truly appreciate it. And check out pretzelpipes.com. Get your orders in
on there. Any questions and answers, they're all on there. People that say, well, what about this? What about this? They'll all be on there. I've got a timeline from a pipe I made 10 years ago until present day, and it's cool. It was cool for me to do it, because it really was like, shit, man, what a road, what a journey.
What a long, strange trip.
But indeed. Fun, highs and lows. You got to know negative 10,000 to know positive 10,000.
For sure. Johnny, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Best of luck, and definitely, I mean that. Keep in touch, and let us know when that the crowdsourcing is in place, and we will try to get the word out for you.
No, we're gonna get this going, even if I have to use my elbows. I'm gonna get it done, but a little help would be nice. So
awesome
for the big picture. So.
Yes. Thank you very much. Say hello to everyone, and go play with your kiddo, and we'll talk to you soon. All right.
I will. And I appreciate it. Likewise to your family, and I will reach out to you soon.
Awesome. Johnny, thank you so much, bud.
Thank you, Jamie. Bye.
All right. That was Johnny Pretzel, not his real name. But what a cool product. So those of you that may imbibe, check it out. And even if you don't, super cool gift to, whether it's a gag gift or a real gift. Probably one of those things that no one knew they needed until they have it. So you could be the one that changes their life. So thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. Johnny Pretzel, thank you again for your time. And check out pretzelpipes.com. Be well, be safe, everybody, and we'll see you soon.